Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and today we'll be doing a stock review on Beyond Meat. Now, I've been a purchaser, I've been a supporter of Beyond Meat ever since they've been coming out for a healthier way to eat with the same consistency, flavor, taste as meat. So I believe this is a valuable stock that will essentially blow up. Now, I noticed that a lot of times when we look at the current state of the stock market, we get discouraged. And I continue to read that analysts, predictors, forecasters are now pulling out their money from stocks and shares. That's a lot of disingenuous rhetoric because most investors are going to buy the stock market. That has always been the methodology. That's always been the strategic way how people start to gain wealth is when other people get impatient, they go in with the patient mind, with the mega mancer sort of mind frame and buy up the stock market. So we're going to go over this stock, and I believe that this stock, maybe not 2022, but definitely by 2023, will reach $100 per share. We understand that people are becoming more healthier. The pandemic has actually opened up a lot of people's eyes on a lot of things. So people are now trying to take care of themselves a lot better. And eating a lot of meat, believe it or not, could be hazardous for your health. I'm not saying don't eat meat. I'm not saying meat is bad, but an overconsumption of meat is absolutely bad. So people looking for alternatives to eat healthier. And why not invest in a stock that you can eat and make money from? So, in the last year, Beyond Meat has been down 67% in the past 3 months. It's been down around 41% the past month, around 8.5 the past week, 1.3%. And then in the pre-market, it looked like it's up 4.39%. That is all good. Now, for you guys who are not familiar with Beyond Meat, you probably be familiar with Impossible. But nonetheless, we see Beyond Meat engages in the provision of plant-based meats. Its production include ready-to-cook meat under the Beyond Burger and Beyond Sausage brand, and frozen meat, namely Beyond Chicken Strips and Beyond Beef Crumbles. This company was founded in 2009 in California. It roughly has 700 employees. We're going to look at the market capitalization around 3.58 billion. We see the average value here of 4.49 million. The 52-week low is $53.10, while the 52-week high is $189.37. Food and drink is the related items here in California. We see that the analyst here on Robinhood has it at 10% buy, 55% hold, at sell at 35%. I do not agree. I do not agree. I do not agree. I believe that this stock is worth more when it comes to hold and buy. I believe that buy should be roughly around 25% and sell should be around 20%. And they're only basing this on the current market conditions. Okay. I think a lot of times when we read these analysts and their predictions and forecasts, that we're not looking that given they're giving us the present day what they're going to do within the next week or two, but not giving us the next month, the next 3 months, the next year. So if you want to look for long-term investment, this stock is currently teetering around $60 per share. But ladies and gentlemen, you can make $40 off your investment because I believe this stock by next year will reach $100. We're going to get into it, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm not just giving you rhetoric of why you should go ahead and invest in this stock and put in your portfolio. Now, I'm going to read what the bulls say. New deals with McDonald's and Yum Brands should generate 430 million and 290 million in incremental annual revenue by 2023, respectively. Now, listen to this. This is very important. Europe and Asia represent large opportunities for Beyond, where consumers are more favorable to plant-based meats than in the US. I'm right here. And Impossible Foods is banned in Europe as its products contain GMO. Now we understand that it's not going to be banned in Asia because Asia uses GMO as well, so they're not going to do that. But nonetheless, Europe has already banned Impossible. Okay, they have already banned it Impossible Foods. Now you can also get Impossible Foods from Burger King, and now Beyond Meat has a contract with the Yum brands, and one of the largest contracts is with McDonald's. Okay, because even though for people who are trying to eat healthy, McDonald's is low grade food. Okay, you saw the whole Super Size Me documentary, but nonetheless, not too many people who are trying to eat healthy will go to McDonald's. But this is what McDonald's is trying to do, and they're using Beyond Meat to try to grab some of those vegetarians, trying to grab some of those vegans in order to get a healthier base so they can bring in more revenue and more growth. Okay, let me continue. So it says here that plant-based meat should continue to gain share from traditional meat, driven primarily by significant environmental benefits. Beyond Meat should be a major beneficiary, giving its first mover advantage and strong performance and taste. And I can tell you, as I stated before, I buy Beyond Meat, and it does taste like real meat. It will fool you, especially if the burger or the sausage or the crumbles are really dressed up and you season it just like meat. Ladies and gentlemen, if somebody were to give you a burger, I'm telling you, you'll be fooled. 9 out of 10 people will be fooled when it comes to Beyond Meat, as well as Impossible. But Impossible Foods is not public yet. You can become a private investor, but you have to go in with a lot of millions of dollars. But it's not on any of the three stock exchanges. It's not on the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, or the New York Stock Exchange. It's not on either one. Okay. Now, here's what the bears are saying. I want to read both because of the way the analysts are stating the stock. It states that consumers have been shifting away from products with long ingredients lists, such as Beyond Fair, opting towards fresh, natural products, which could also limit ultimate demand. Close to half of Beyond's 2019 revenue came from the food service channel, which has been severely affected by COVID-19. These pressures could persist if health risks endure or if inflation or economic challenges keep patrons from restaurants. Okay, the competitive landscape and plant-based meats market has intensified significantly with introductions of many new products from other established packaged foods. Ladies and gentlemen, this is huge because there's a lot of people who are going to start opting out meat for a couple of their meals just to become more healthier. And if they still want the flavor and taste and consistency of meat, then they will probably go with the Beyond Meat because they sell this at Whole Foods. You can buy it right off the shelf. Impossible Foods, I don't know if you can buy it off the shelf yet. If so, it's probably at a non-Whole Food store. Okay. Or again, I bought an Impossible Burger from Burger King, and I believe also from a bar. There are so many alternative plant-based meats, but the two largest that are in competition are Beyond Meat and Impossible Meat. But as I stated before, Impossible Foods, Impossible Meat is not yet public. When it comes to the two largest competitors in the space, Beyond Meat is the only one public, and I think they're going to create more of the market share. Again, let's state Europe has already banned Impossible Foods because they use GMO, and Beyond Meat doesn't use GMO. We're going to go over some of the products. They are already going to move into the European markets and an Asian market, and believe it or not, they eat a lot healthier than us, so they may do well overseas than they would in America. But nonetheless, we're talking about investments. We're talking about banking on your investment. We're talking about profit, 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 profit. Okay. So as I'm looking at the earnings report here, family, nothing really to see here. Okay. Nothing really to see here. The profits from Q2 to Q3 is really nothing to see here. I do have some information where I kind of sold a share and a half and was around $146 per share. I'll show you the history here. It was just a share, 1.8 share. I only made like $1, if that. Okay, there's nothing really to show you there. Let's see what else. They said some people in the same category. The rest of tech stocks. Let's move on. We're going to move on to WeBull to get some quick analysis really quickly. And they're stating hold as well. Okay, they're stating hold as well. We have 65% hold, 30% showing that it's underperforming, and then a 5% strong buy. And we see here on WeBull, we see that the high price target is $106 per share. The median is $71, and then the low is $45. But currently, the share's at $60 per share. Now, the EPS, we see that it has not actually been doing that well. We're looking at a minus 17 in Q1, and all the way to Q4, we're looking at a minus 70. So because of the current state, we know that the whole stock market is down. So that's nothing really to worry about, because in this current state, what I'm noticing, a lot of investors are saying, Oh, pull your. I never really heard this so largely because I think they're predicting and they don't want to cause an avalanche that the stock market may crash. So a lot of people are being frenzied. Let me tell you something. If you are 50 and younger, I would not pull my stocks out. I would not cash my stocks in because you have enough time to recuperate. Because like clockwork, the stock market always bounce back 8 times the amount within 8 years, 8 to 10 years. So if you're 50, if you're still going to retire at 60, 62, 65, then you're perfectly fine. So if you're 50 and younger, don't cash in your stocks. Don't get impatient. Don't let the rich millionaires and billionaires buy your shares of the companies they're majorly investing in because those shares are going to skyrocket. And you're like, damn, I sold all of my stock. I should have at least kept half of them. Okay. So that's kind of the way I look at it. I think that you guys should be looking at that as well. So let's go over to CNN and see what they're saying about it. CNN is stating that on the low $45 per share, median $74 per share at a 30.9% increase, and on a high price target, we're looking at $106 per share, just as WeBull stated, at 87.5% increase. Very, very important. Let's move on. Now, when it comes to the products Beyond Meat, if you're not familiar with this, now let me just show you. You're looking at the Beyond Meat sausage. I've had that as well. Very delicious. We see the Beyond Burger. I've had that. Very delicious. Okay, you have the Beyond Beef, where they have these beef crumbles, where you can do tacos and all crumble on your pizza. And this is the ground beef, and I bought this as well. And they have the same sort of protein content without all the other junk that you get from traditional meat. And if you see here in the picture, it says no soy, no gluten, no GMO. Impossible Foods have GMO. Beyond Sausage, that's how that look. And again, ladies and gentlemen, now with the Beyond Sausage, I'm not going to lie to you, there is a slight difference. You can definitely taste the difference between that and a Brotsworth. You can definitely taste the difference, but I will show you the different types that they have. If you notice here, they have their sausage original. Then you have the sweet Italian, and then you also have the hot Italian. Okay, you have Beyond Meatballs. So you want to make a meatball sandwich. You want to make spaghetti and meatballs. You want to make appetizers. Nonetheless, they have all these products for you. And I just love the way they make their meat because it tastes, feels, and actually looks like real meat. So again, that's tricking your brain. Beyond Breakfast Sausage, I had this. This is also delicious. They have the classic patties. They have the spice patties. Okay, so they have also the classic links. Moving right along, and they show you that you can cook it and grill it just like you can regular meats. Okay. All right. Last but not least, you have the Beyond Beef crumbles, and I stated you're making a pizza, you can throw those beef crumbles on there, and you see spaghetti here. Fiesta. They also have Beyond Chicken Nuggets and Beyond Chicken. These are tenders here, so they have a lot of products, and they're still making new products for them to come out and make a larger market share that you guys could possibly invest in. See, things like this where the market is down, people are losing hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars in cryptocurrency and traditional stocks. Everybody's pulling out the stock market. This is the absolute time where you guys should be investing, especially in stocks like this, because we know the way the world is turning. Everybody's trying to get healthy because of this pandemic. This pandemic did a thing, didn't it? It really pushed people to become more healthy. People are walking more, people are working out more, people are eating healthier, people eating green. So we all love meat. If you're not a vegan or vegetarian, we all love meat. So that means you're going to look for alternative, healthier meat sources, right? First, you're going to lean meats. Now you may be going to alternative meats. But nonetheless, Beyond Meat, I believe, is a good stock for to invest in now. But I will say it will take some time for you to make a really good profit. But when you do, you'll be happy you made that investment. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And you guys will be happy with me come this time next year. You're like, you know what? I did the right thing. I invested.